Welcome back to Carneseca Arena, where Seton Hall trails St. John's 33-22. 3:17 left on the clock in the first half. Once again, I'm Ryan Johnston, joined alongside Justin Nicosia. Justin, it's gone wrong for Seton Hall in the past few minutes. 10 personal fouls for Seton Hall. St. John's now in the double bonus, and a bunch of turnovers. A flurry of turnovers, really, late in that first half.
Yeah, it's just in poor defense, especially on the perimeter from the Pirates. But then looking on the other end, they've turned the ball over so many times, 8 times already. That's more than the 6 assists that they've had. And they've got a lot of players in foul trouble. It's not just that they have 10 fouls and it's spread out evenly among 7 or 8 guys. You have Casey Nadefo, who's been your best player so far today, with 3 fouls. And then you have Tyrese Samuel, your other big man, with 2 fouls, which is going to force Trey Jackson into the center position, a position that he does not usually play. And then you have Femi Odekale and Tay Davis with 2 fouls as well. That's given Jaquan Sanders a couple of minutes here. You're in a tough situation, especially with the foul trouble. And defensively, you've got to just be able to get some stops, because especially in the past 10 minutes or so, it seems like the Pirates have not been able to do that.
The shooting boots also haven't fit so far for Seton Hall. They've gone 0 for 4 from 3, 2 for 6 from behind the charity stripe. St. John's, on the other hand, or on the other foot, I should say, 5 for 7 from behind the arc, 6 for 10 from the foul line. Dawes crosses the timeline. He's guarded by Storr. Over to Richmond on the right wing. Richmond inside to Dawes. A nice pump fake from Alamir Dawes. And he gets that poked away, but it'll remain Seton Hall possession.
Yeah, it was a good pump fake by Dawes. I like it, actually, the decision to pass up the layup, though, as Soriano came collapsing down with some help defense. Fortunate, though, that the ball got tipped out of bounds off of Corbello's hand as opposed to his own.
Harris inbounds it to Jackson. Richmond. Pirates swinging the ball around. Back to Harris in the left corner. Harris's 3. That one's good. Jameer Harris gets it going.
Nice to see Harris finally get onto the board here. Struggled from behind the arc a bit so far this year, but he's finally seemed to be turning around a corner.
33-25 as Richmond takes it away. In transition, Kadari Richmond, he gets that swatted by A.J. Storr. Sanders, the 3. That one's good. Seton Hall with a back-to-back pair of 3s. 33-28, they're right back in this one. 2:30 left in the first.
And this is exactly what the Pirates needed. They've been on an 8-0 run over the past minute, getting a couple of those 3s to finally fall. Hopefully the lid's taken off the basket.
Alexander shoots a mid-range J over Sanders, no good. Dawes the rebound. Alamir Dawes slowing the pace now. Again guarded by Storr near the logo. Over to Jackson on the left wing. Dawes inside. Out to Harris. Harris driving inside. Back to Jackson. His 3-pointer. That one's good.
Wow.
Seton Hall back to back to back from behind the arc. It's Trey for Trey.
And you can just feel the Pirates starting to gain momentum. Now that's 11 straight points by the Pirates. Heard some fans behind us that were Seton Hall fans starting to chant. Seems like the air is let out of the building from the St. John side of things right now.
33-31 is the score. 150 left in the first half. What a turnaround. Seton Hall gets it going from behind the arc. And good ball movement from the Pirates, too.
And they forced Mike Anderson to take his second timeout already. When we were just talking a couple of minutes ago, it seemed like St. John's was gaining a lot of the momentum, continuing to pile on. You thought maybe Seton Hall was going to be the team that took 2 first-half timeouts. Now you're looking at St. John's that did that. They're going to have the ball in just a second, but Seton Hall has made 3 threes in a row. Now they're 3 for 7 from behind the arc. They're doing what St. John's did to them around the 12 or so minute mark when they hit 4 threes in a row.
Jaquan Sanders also coming off the bench, making a big impact with that 3-pointer. The freshman, a 4-star prospect, according to ESPN, played his high school basketball at Our Savior Lutheran, which is also where Posh Alexander played his high school basketball.
Yeah, Posh Alexander.
That brings up C.J. Egri. He had an error in the field last inning as he takes the first pitch for a strike. Let Devin Hack steal 2 bases after the ball went by him at second.
And I was coming after his great play in the field earlier today to actually get someone out. So, unfortunately, on the other side of a big play in the field.
He's 0 for 3 so far on the day. Hasn't been able to find his way onto the base at all. As that's a nice pitch from Reich for strike 2. It's an 0-2 count now.
really trying to battle back here and get his first hit of the game today, but falling down in an 0-2 count is not the way you want to try to do that.
That's a high fly ball up the right field line and foul. Clyde trying to get there, can't quite. A great effort play by Alex Clyde, though, as he went careening into the fence that time.
Yeah, he rode on his horse there right until the end and just fell down there almost at the fence. Luckily, he did not get hurt, but that was a great effort play there by Clyde to try to make a very, very big out.
Still an 0-2 count. Egri fighting at the plate, trying to stay alive.
Right here still, even though he let someone on base already, gotten into a pretty good start so far for this inning in the 0-2 count.
Pickoff attempt was unsuccessful there. Trying to keep Toomey honest at first base. Oh, check swing. And he says he goes. So Reich rung him up that time for the second out of the inning, his second strikeout of the inning.
Big strikeout there for Reich, and this is quickly turning into his best appearance of the season. 2 strikeouts in 1 inning, and Reich looks really, really comfortable out there again, especially for a freshman.
He's coming up against Patrick Casserly, who replaced Benton earlier. He walked in his first at-bat of the day. That pitch comes in a bit in the basement for ball 1.
Casserly used to playing mainly at catcher, today filling in now at first base as a pinch hitter from before.
Some serious whip on that pitch for strike 1.
Reich's got some nasty stuff going here so far in this inning.
A 1-1 count now for Casserly against the freshman Ryan Reich. Strike 2.
Reich's got some heat too on that one. That was not a slow pitch at all.
A 1-2 count. Reich looking for 3 strikeouts in 4 batters. Pickoff attempt again unsuccessful.
Reich has definitely got a heater that he's more comfortable with seemingly than a lot of players on this Seton Hall team. More of an off-speed pitching, finesse type of pitching team. But here,
oh, caught him swinging, strike 3.
some heat from Reich.
He retires the side. 3 strikeouts on 4 batters for Ryan Reich. Seton Hall still down 1, but a huge play from the freshman. You're watching Seton Hall Baseball on the Pirate Sports Network. We'll be right back after this break. Hi, this is Ryan Johnson of the Pirate Sports Network. We're talking Seton Hall men's soccer today ahead of their big match Thursday against Creighton in the Big East tournament. They're in the semifinals after securing a bye, going 7-2-7 on the year. We caught up with their captain, Luca Dan, ahead of their big match. First off, congrats on making it this far. Got the first round bye. How are you guys feeling heading into the tournament?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think looking back to August, one of our goals was to make the Big East tournament, and I think we achieved that, and we're very excited to play the game on Thursday.
And taking a look back at last year, you guys have made tremendous strides, really. And what do you think you learned from last year that really helped propel you forward this year?
I think we have a new roster this year, a lot of new guys, a lot of young guys. We didn't really know where we at the beginning of the season, and I think we figured out pretty quickly that we have a good team chemistry. The vibe is good in practice every day, and yeah, I think last year was a motivation for this year to do it better, and that's why I think we're all pretty happy with the season so far.
Well, speaking of other motivations as well, you guys were kind of counted out in the Big East preseason poll, only ranked 10th in the conference. Do you guys think that really lit a fire under you moving forward in the season?
Yeah, I think no one really counted on us, so we're kind of like the underdog in most of the games, and I think, of course, that's a motivation for sure. And I think we never gave up looking at games against Xavier where we came back after being 2-0 down, and I think that was a motivation as well.
Luca, you're a seasoned vet in this position now in the Big East tournament, but in 2020, I'm sure the feeling was relatively new. You guys ended up going on to win the tournament last time out. Could you describe the difference, the way you were feeling back in 2020 and the way you're feeling now?
I think it's kind of the same because you talked about the preseason poll, and I think in 2020 when we won it, we were ranked, I think, second to last as well. So it's kind of like the same situation. I think we're kind of the underdogs a little bit, but yeah, we know what we are capable of doing, and I think we just have to focus on our strengths, and then yeah, I'm very excited for the tournament.
And taking a look at your guys' back line, Eden O'Leary, who's really been a seasoned captain for this team, he went down early in the season with an injury. Constantine Donnelly's has stepped up in his place as a freshman and helped you guys to 6 clean sheets on the year. Being his backline partner, how have you seen him develop throughout the year?
Yeah, I think first of all, the injuries, yeah, it just sucks, are very bad. I think Eden as well as Mans, our striker, who's out with an ACL. This was bad for our team, and we feel for both of them, and we wanted to be successful for both of them as well. And I think Constantine did a great job. He stepped up when we needed him, and yeah, I think he played a very good season so far.
Well, you guys have certainly been successful all season long, and coming up against the Creighton team where you guys really had a tough battle against them, a 1-1 draw, Quincy Herman finishing the penalty to make it a 1-1 draw late in the game. What are you guys expecting from them on Thursday?
I think first of all, every team now, all 4 teams that are left are very good quality. As you said, it was a tight game against Creighton as well as against Butler. I think we lost against Georgetown. So, yeah, it's great quality, and Creighton is a good team. I think we know what we have to do, and we try to execute the game plan, and I think that's it for the game.
Well, best of luck against them on Thursday. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be cheering for you guys back here.
Thank you very much.
Luca and the Pirates will be taking on Creighton at 4 o'clock at the Maryland Soccerplex with a Big East championship spot on the line. Be sure to tune in on the Big East Digital Network on Flow Sports.